Hello, everybody, and welcome to the G12 Network, the very best NCAA Football 14 online dynasty around. And who else could introduce the G12 better than me? That's right, the coach. Now, thank you for supporting everybody at G12. Sit back, relax.
What's going on, guys? Welcome on in to some G12 Tuesday night action. My name is E. Miggs. I'm joined by John Robb. John, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. I'm excited for this game tonight. Always good to call the game of the week, and that's what we got here. Two good teams, and it should be an exciting matchup for sure.
Yeah, I think one funny thing I just thought of before the game is this is a meeting of undefeated teams, and it might be one of the only ones we're going to get, right? These guys are going to beat each other up so much. So
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't think we're going to see anybody make it through the gauntlet this season, probably, with an undefeated season. So, yeah, early on might be our only opportunity to get a couple of unbeaten teams, especially with all these crazy buys and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we got Yofi with Notre Dame. I missed it. Is it at or home against?
It's at Cincinnati, I believe.
At Cincinnati. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys might have saw our picks the other night.
No, I'm sorry. It's at Notre Dame. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it now. So it's at Notre Dame, and I had it reversed in my head, so I'm looking at it now. But yeah, so at Notre Dame. So we'll be watching Yofi stream tonight, and yeah, so we'll see how big of a difference that makes.
And so you guys might have seen the weekly show on Sunday. No surprise, I picked Yofi. John picked Yofi. Pirate actually picked Natty, and I think it is technically an upset based on the spread too.
Right, I think he's favored by less than 5, so I think it's like 4.5.
And I won't be surprised if it's a one-score game at all. Like I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the way that, especially the way that Nasty's been playing and set up with Cincinnati, he's going to run some clock, so I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I definitely don't think it's going to be a blowout. We know Yofi tends to keep games close, so yeah, it should be a tie one, and hopefully we get another great game.
Yeah, and both of these guys are two of the better defensive coaches too, especially usering guys deep in the field. We saw Nasty get those 2 user picks against Kaz in that game against Florida State, and I'm pretty sure he dropped a bunch of interceptions. I remember that. Yeah.
He did. He had a 2 or 3 he probably could have had. I think he ended up with at least 2 last week. Of course, that huge one was that pick 6 on the screen, and then he had that one where it was kind of a panic throw by Stoner in the middle of the game. So, yeah, as it comes up, let's talk about this. Don't forget, Wednesday, 7:45 Central, the big board with our guy E-Mix here. Really looking forward to that this week as well. So that's something new we've got for you guys, and exciting to get that for the first time this week.
Yeah, super excited. The first episode might be a little, we don't have our feet under our legs yet, so don't know how it's going to go, but I have everything set up for what we want to do. It's pretty simple, honestly. We're just basically doing a league overview, and then we're going to touch on one coach. And so with a 15-week schedule, we should be able to do each coach once, since we missed week 1 too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then tomorrow night, we've got Fantasy World League in Texas versus D's Diabetes, and that should be a great one. That's going to be 8:30 Central Time, so looking forward to that one as well. So this is the second game of the week, and we got one more left after this, so hopefully you join us for that one too, after we have a great game tonight, which I'm sure we are.
Who do you got in that game tomorrow? Texas, South Carolina.
Yeah, I've got South Carolina. Once again, kind of with like Stoner, I'd like, Bert's got to show me, Fantasy's got to show me on tape that he can get it done. Once he starts doing that, man, I'll ride with him to the end of the world, right? Like, I love that guy. So, yeah, but he's just got to prove it on the field, and he knows that. And I think I said that might be a blowout, but I might retract that in my head a little bit, just because he does play usually user games so much closer. So, yeah, I expect a good game there, and for it to be competitive, especially early on.
I know we saw some smack talk the other night from D's in the chat. He was saying he wants to win by at least 20.
Yeah, after I predicted that blowout, I think he wants wants to put it on him. So no love lost for the boss man, if you will. But uh, yeah, we'll see if he can pull that off. I think uh, Pirate made some very good points about how usually these games are pretty close. It's usually low scoring, and then Bert usually does keep those games close. So um, yeah, that should be a good one and really exciting game tomorrow night. And um, we'll see if this one lives up to the hype as our as our game of the week.
Yeah, like we said, we got the two undefeated teams. I don't think we're gonna see that a lot. So
Yeah, and this team, like I kind of joked Sunday night, these two teams have met in life, right? It was all the way back in 1900. Notre Dame waxed Cincinnati 58-0. I don't expect that today for sure. I mean, 1900 to score 58 points, that's quite an accomplishment.
yeah,
I've been doing some old school football research with the hardcore for his stream, some things to look for in his stream. So whenever he announces that, but and they definitely did not put up points back then. So
yeah,
you had that Georgia Tech anomaly where they, the team didn't have a team anymore and they racked up like 200 something points, but that doesn't normally happen, especially back then. So 58-0, pretty impressive in 1900, but I don't think we're going to get there tonight. And these we didn't talk about this, but these guys have the two of the three probably top chats and following in the
yeah.
league, right? So that plays a big part of this. Nasty's guys, I know, we're very passionate. Yofi's guys are awfully very passionate, as we know. So really kind of two chats going at it. So we'll see who jumps in here in the G12 and is rooting on his guy. I'm looking forward to that as well because they both get kind of rowdy. They've got, I don't know what Yofi's at, but I know Nasty just got over 1,000 this week, so that's exciting for him. Followers, and
Nice.
they've always got good numbers in there. So that's another aspect of this game. How much help is the chat going to give them? How much noise is that going to make? And how big of a difference will that make tonight for these guys?
Yeah, does it help or does it hurt? Because I know, I
Exactly.
mean, my chat was never going off, but I've seen with these guys sometimes the chat's getting in their ear too much and basically calling plays.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They want to be a part of it, and here we are, and Notre Dame Stadium. So it's beautiful look, and um, we'll see. Looks like Notre Dame's going to kick, so they won the toss, and Cincinnati looks like they're probably going to get the ball here to start this thing off.
Weather looks clear. There's touchdown Jesus. It's ready to go.
Here we go with the opening kickoff. Yep, Notre Dame with the opening kickoff, baby. And it's definitely going to be a touchback. Nothing new there, right?
Probably a good strategy with some of these guys' kick returning skills.
Kind of going aggressive there with a couple of the defensive plays for Yofi as we kind of get a peek of what he's going to be playing on offense and defense tonight against this Cincinnati team. And we know he usually likes that three-man line and lots of changes, but knows he's expecting that read option early.
Yeah. Going right off the bat with a sweep left, breaking a couple tackles. Jared Dokes, Cincinnati. Nice pickup, 7 yards.
Yeah, it's a good start, right? We're talking about that triple option. How's it going to work? Yofi stacks the box and a good gain there to start us off to make it second short, which that's what you have to do if you're going to run this triple option, right? You got to get ahead of the sticks early.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of tricky plays in this formation. Not like I keep saying, not the stuff I like, but stuff you don't see a lot. So we could definitely see a 3 Yofi off there with that sweep left.
Absolutely. Yofi's definitely looking to see if he can dive in, maybe jump some gaps to blow the play up in the backfield. We'll see how that works for him.
There's a pass right. He's going to roll out, lose some yardage, and throw it away.
Yeah, just not a lot there, and that's what we're talking about, kind of those mechanics with throwing. You got a lot of pressure right up the gut, had a rolled out to the right, and there's just nothing there for him to go with the ball.
How you doing, homie?
So he took a shot there with second short, probably going to look at a run here with the way that he's got things set up as he's keeping it tight in these kind of flex bone kind of formations.
Let's see if this Notre Dame defense can get an early stop here. And I think you're right. It's going to be another one of these either sweeps or triple option runs. Cheating guys up to the line for Notre Dame.
Let's go.
And stuffed. Nothing doing. Was that a draw?
Yeah, it looked like just kind of like a draw play there. And just well played. Lots of pressure right up the middle. Read it beautifully. Good tackle. And just a really good start for Notre Dame. They should get great field position after that. Didn't even quite make it to the 30 there. And so a good start for Notre Dame here. And not ideal for Cincinnati. Didn't run any clock there hardly. Maybe just a little bit over a minute off the clock. And going to start in a little bit of a hole unless they can get a really good punt.
Yeah, kind of more of the same from what we saw last week for this offense, right? Just it feels like he's in conservative mode, just trying to protect the lead. But
right, and his strength is the defense, right? As there we see the Big Ten standings with Notre Dame in first after last week. A lot of these guys haven't played any games. Miami down there at 1-1, but 2 through 3 haven't even played yet. Rocky at Texas, Baker and Fantasy with Ohio State. So it was a good punt, and right off the bat, first play, first down for Notre Dame. And he's going to hurry up, it looks like. Yofi's got that finger rolling. Let's go, boys, get up. Don't waste any time. So just talk about two opposite game plans here. One's in hurry up, one's in slow down, and just contrasting offenses, right, E-Mix?
I was just gonna touch on that too. Look how different the field looks, how spread out it is. I mean, I'm just used to now seeing Cincinnati, so it looks so different.
Right, yeah, it's definitely they don't run the triple option now. They're definitely more spread out, stretchy kind of offense with a athletic quarterback, and still in hurry up mode here for Notre Dame as it's a short pickup but still positive gain on the first down.
Trying to jump on him quick here with that quick 3 and out once we get some points up.
And like we said, yeah, that's Natty's strength as a defense. So that's what you're talking about, him playing conservative on offense and relying on his defense. So we'll see this first possession could really tell us if that game plan is going to work out for him, right? Like if he can't get the stops early, is he going to have to open it up a lot and not be so conservative?
Definitely, and that's what I keep talking about with these Army or Navy playbooks. It's not that they're bad when you're playing the CPU, but you just need so much more adaptability and like variance when you're playing against a user, because he can do things the CPU is not going to do.
Yeah,
His
absolutely.
book on a third down, he's got how do you say that guy's name?
Skronak, something like that. We get the replay here with Bird in the booth rocking it, so we appreciate Fantasy in the booth doing that. Once again, guys, this is a new option for you tonight. You can use your channel points. We know you got them to predict who you think is going to win tonight, so you can get involved that way. So I know you guys have got them because you've not been using them a lot. So use those channel points, make a prediction, see if you can't let that pay off for you.
Let's go.
Skronik.
Skronik, yeah.
So Notre Dame driving. See what Book and the offense can pull off here. He's got Kyron Williams flanked left. It's going to be a fake hand. Oh, big sack there. Ian Book there, loss of 8 yards.
Yeah, that's a big play on second down to put them in 3rd and long here. And that's what we're talking about. Nasty needed that one, with the Cincinnati team. Put him in 3rd and long. Now just set back in the zone, make a good read, force everything in front of you, and force him into maybe a bad decision here and capitalize on that. That's what you needed there on that second down.
Yeah, let's see if Nasty sticks with DeBlanco. It looks like he is that middle linebacker. He likes reading those zones. Here's Book, 3rd and 15. He's going to get sacked again.
So there we go. We relied on that defense. We talked about that. This first possession, really important. Is he going to be able to continue with that kind of conservative game plan on offense? And if he continues to get the stops like we saw there, the big plays, you'll be able to, hopefully with a good punt here, we'll be able to flip the field position back. But just a really good possession right there. Step up after he got off the 50, he tightened up and got 2 sacks to make a big play there.
And not a bad punt. He made it so he didn't have a chance to return it. But guys, just to keep telling you, we have a game tomorrow, Fantasy World League in Texas, going into South Carolina to take on D's Diabetes. That's at 8:30 Central Time.
And, of course, both those guys had a bye last week, so it's their first game of the season. So not a lot of people playing that first week. So first action for those guys in the second year.
Just lock them up. Just lock them up.
Another one of those little sweep lefts out of the flex bone, picks up 3. Now Cincinnati's going no huddle. Look how many guys on the line.
Yeah, just stacked it up, and maybe just good to see him switch up the pace. Still a lot of runs. We've only seen one pass that was a throwaway. Other than it's been all run right now for Cincinnati. And Yofi's been sending the blitzes, sending the guys, still using the 3-man line, but stacking in with a 3-4 and bringing up those safeties top of the line.
Looks like he's going to stop him short. Huge play for the Notre Dame defense. Thank you for that Center for Suicide Awareness donation. Hardcore CFB, $25. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Hardcore. Once again, guys, you can make that dono and help out mental health with the suicide watch kind of thing, and that's what we're kind of been doing, trying to get those, and so we appreciate that. And,
that's ours. Let's go.
Wow. So that's a huge play early on.
Yeah.
He's going to get stuffed here. Let's check out the replay.
Well played.
Absolutely, went for it. It was decision time for Cincinnati. They went for it in their own territory and got stuffed. So big play for Notre Dame and early on. So thank you 49er for all those gifted subs back there. So we got a couple of gifted subs as well during that. So.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Just Karen Williams out with an 18-yard run. So looks like Yofi's going to be able to definitely get some points here off that 4th down stop.
Cuts it out left. Nice little, not a juke, just a move of the stick kind of to steer him out of the way.
Yeah, just good stick work there.
Book, nothing doing on the read option's going to lose a yard. Took a big hit. Hardcore with 5 gifted subs. Thank you for this. Wow, guys. Wow. There's that
49ers and Hardcore going at it in the chat.
Ian Book dropping back, looking out left. Skowronek going to pick up 5 yards. Yeah, here we're seeing Nasty's defense clamp down. Now here's Matt.
Oh, boys, we got a hot train going on, guys. Watch out. These guys are going to try to one-up each other, I think, all night. Who can get the most subs? We're up to a level 5 hot train or level 4 hop train in 2 seconds. 4 minutes to get to a level 5. So, my gosh, that happened quickly, in a blink of an eye.
So here's a big 3rd and 7. Book's going to take the snap shotgun. He's got a screen out. Kyron Williams is going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Wow, so huge capitalizing off of that 4th down stop. Really great play right there for Notre Dame. Just kind of ran that little screen dump out, and nobody home. Had plenty of blocking, set up beautifully, just ran it right in the end zone, and so that gamble cost Natty early. We talked about him being conservative, and he goes for it on 4th and 1 in his own territory, and it comes back to bottom.
Yeah, so now 2 possessions for Natty, no first downs, not really moving the ball. So this is what I'm saying. I sound like a broken record, but this is where I would say, okay, that's not working. I'm going to spread it out. Yeah.
Let's do something else. Yeah. That's true. And we are to a level 5 hop train. It's at 190%. I don't even know what that means. We can't even go any more levels up, guys. I mean, you just smashed it in literally 2 minutes. So much love. Our alerts can't keep up with you guys. So man, we really appreciate it, guys.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Here we go. We see a little shotgun. So you're talking about spreading it out a little bit, and he's switched it up. Runs out of that shotgun this time.
And out of that. I'm not saying move it, mix it up. He could keep mixing back in that flex bone. Just if that's the only look. It's just
that's
easy.
absolutely what we talked about, right? It works well when you have those things when you mix it in every once in a while, especially with those motions. to figure out where the ball is going to go. But if you're just strictly running that on Yofi, it's not going to work.
Ritter going deep. He's got a guy over the middle. Here we go.
And
Blue
bam.
Smith.
It's Emigs is a little bit of profit here. Spread it out, and he gets a big chunk down the field. So Emigs called it, and it looks really good there. And big pickup for Cincinnati and a response here on this third drive for them.
Nothing doing on that first down run. And Pirate pointed it out in the show on Sunday. Like, Nasty's picking these playbooks because he wants to try to play with these playbooks. We know he can do it. Like, if he just picked a spread option playbook, he would probably be fine. He was just trying something different. But I feel like if you want to win these, I know it's not as fun, but if you want to win these games, you might have to do some more, like, less fun playbooks. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta do what works, right? Like, these guys aren't ones where you can just, experiment and goof around. You've got to play your best game against these guys. Now he's in a 3rd and inches. You got to feel like if he doesn't get this, he's probably going to go for it again.
Yeah, I think so. I'm
guessing
here. I would run it here and then go for it on 4th.
Just to throw it out there, we're now at 357% of a level 5 hop train. That's the kind of crap that you guys have going on in the chat right now. So, insanity. I've never. First off, I don't know that I've been in a chat that get the level 5 hot train that quickly for sure. I've never seen one at 357%.
I have a question about these gifted subs. Like, they're gifting so many subs. What if, like, every person who's ever watched this channel now probably has a sub? Then what happens?
I have no clue what you do at that point. I mean, 49ers has gifted 17 subs in the last, 3 minutes, so I think he might win out. I think he's trying to get his name up there in the stream chat for the most gifted subs, and he's definitely doing work out there. So,
Tanner, Canes fan gifted Tanner.
yeah, it's just insane. So there you kind of got a good first quarter there. We talked about Natty maybe being a little bit conservative, but then went for it on 4th down, ended up costing him some points. He trusts his defense maybe a little bit too much to get a stop there, and it's a good first quarter though. And now Cincinnati driving 3rd and 1 on the ball on the 29. So what are you expecting to see now in the second quarter, Emigs?
Well, I think Natty's definitely going to keep with this style of offense. Look right here. I think he's going to mix in these. Oh no, nothing doing on that 3rd and inches QB sneak.
I think you might want to start hitting the Y button there, like we saw those guys do in the tournament, because that quarterback sneak is just getting stuff right now for Natty. I might get away from that on these 3rd and 4th and shorts. Is he going to go for it again, or is he going to kick the field goal? Of course, we're not seeing his playbook, so we'll have to see. It looks like, based off what Yofi's picking, he's expecting him to go for it here. Still waiting. Play clock bleeding down. Cincinnati thinking over.
He's going to go.
He's going to go for it. Yeah. Going to go for it again. Glide up in goal line. May the stronger man win here.
And it goes right back to Ritter, and Ritter's able to get over the line. So you mentioned the pressing wide or hurdle. Something I do, and it's probably just as, you could call it cheesy. If I run a QB sneak, as soon as I snap it, I just mash the right stick to juke. And he just starts going crazy. Like, he'll go left, right, and he always gets a yard. Like, he'll never not get a yard.
Yeah. I know. I remember you mentioning that during the tournament. So, just all those little strategies. He's going to end up going time to get the sweep.
Oh.
Yeah.
2-3.
Had it for a second.
Space.
Yeah, it did look like he had a little more space. It's going to be a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 now. So he's hurrying up, mixing up the tempos, mixing up the formations. A little bit of audible here.
Oh, man. Oh. Ritter runs over that.
Stuff. Still picks up a yard, but I think Yofi's going to be happy with that. And, he's going to take a 3rd and 6 right now. And every time, right? I mean, he's happy to give up those 2 runs right there. So ball in the 22. So if you don't get this, it comes decision time. Are you still going to go for it? Obviously, it's going to depend how close he can get if he doesn't get it on his third down.
So here we go, 3rd and 6. He spreads it out again, coming out shotgun, trips right. Making some adjustments. Both teams making adjustments.
You have to be playing that chess match we've seen so much on defense. Keeps you guessing.
Nothing doing on 3rd down. Hits Jared Dokes in the flat. 2-yard pickup.
So it's only 2 yards, and it's 4th and 3. Ball at the 20. So once again, decision time for Natty. He looks like he's going to kick the field goal here and take the points. Probably the best move just to get some points up on the board here early on.
Yeah, so there we go. 3 points for Cincinnati field goal. And I don't think it's a bad call the way this game's going. Already 5 minutes left in the second.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good defensive possession, on that first one. The reason he gave up that touchdown is just because, he put his defense in such a bad hole. So it wasn't, that touchdown that he gave up was more on that the offense just put him in a bad spot, right? His offense put him in a bad spot and then couldn't get the stop. So we'll see how he can respond here. It's a big play as Yofi's going to get the ball at halftime. So we'll see how much of the clock Yofi's can drain here and where we end up standing. But there we go.
Interception,
and there's DeBlanco again. 3rd interception in 2 games here for DeBlanco. So he's just using DeBlanco, and you can see it right here. The user DeBlanco just hand off to the right, follows him, and just jumps that route. Just beautiful user.
I mean, really good play by Natty, but a really bad read and a bad pass by Yofi. For some reason in my mind, I thought Cincinnati had the ball and they were completing a pass because it just looked so set up.
Yeah, it was not a good read by Yofi, and already just like that, Natty with his defense, right? We talked about how he's going to rely on that defense. He changes up the playbook and gets the stop that he needs to get right back in this football game.
Ritter's going to slink out to the ring, get 14 yards on that pickup. Yeah, Shane Simon was kind of right there, but he gets picked up late. We'll see this on the replay.
Probably the best read, not to force it there, right? It probably comes open. You're probably past the line of scrimmage. Just take what you can get. Takes a pretty big hit, but keeps the football. So that's huge on those quarterback scrambles. And right up the gut, and it's going to be a touchdown for Cincinnati and Dokes. So just like that, it's 9-7 pending the extra point. And Natty goes from reeling a little bit after that 4th and 1 stop and giving up the touchdown to bam, he's right in the lead.
Definitely. Momentum has absolutely swung. And if I'm Natty, I'm feeling confident coming out on defense. He stopped him, I think, 2 out of 3 times. And like you mentioned, one time he got the ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
They're feeling good.
I think if you're Natty, you're not going to go for it on 4th and 1 inside your own 25-yard line again, right? So you can chalk that up. That probably is, he's probably, he's obviously moved past that as he's scored 10 unanswered points to take the lead here. It's going to be a pretty good return for Chris Tyree. It's a 36-yard return for Notre Dame. So about if he would have fair caught it, he picks up an extra yard. He caught it so deep in the end zone. When you have Chris Tyree, though, you're going to try to utilize that speed as best you can, make a big play. So Yofi getting the clap, trying to get back in it after that turnover, and we'll see how Ian Book and Notre Dame can bounce back.
Kyron Williams going to take a nice first down run, pick up 10 and another first down. And I don't see him making another bad pass like that. That kind of was like I said, Cincy and Natty took advantage by, he was using it over there. He made the play, but I don't see Yofi making another bad pass like that.
Well, I think he learned you got to learn your lesson there. Williams actually gaining 10 yards. I don't know if you saw that, 3 rushes for 10 yards. He gets 4 here with that spread run to the left there. But you got to be smart and stay away from the user right now. If you've seen, that's 3 user picks now for Natty. As you see, Cincinnati's next game, Ohio State and Baker Vision in Week 3, followed by a big matchup with Thrizzy. Those are his next 2 games. So he's got it doesn't get any easier for sure. If you can say that, as you're talking about one of the top players in the league here, he's playing this week. the road doesn't get easy the next couple of weeks for sure. So a big 3rd and 3 here for Notre Dame. Ball at their own 43. 3:50 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, big third down. Let's see if Cincy can make another defensive stop.
It's going to be Ian Book rolling back. Sets back plenty of time, just no pressure. Tries to get it deep. User catch, dropped. Oh, man, he had Williams. Did the little spin pirouette, and Yofi's a little shocked by that drop. Ian Book put it right on him, and it's going to be 4th and 3, and it looks like he's probably going to punt the ball away. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's got that grin on his face.
He looked like he wanted to scramble. I think he had it.
He had it.
Yeah.
He could have easily run for the first down there. Chose to take a shot deep.
I've got balls
and
of
really just
steel.
no pressure by Cincinnati. He had all day in the world. I think he only sent 1 or 2 guys. Put everybody in coverage, but still gave up a deep bomb. It was just dropped by Williams there.
Big 4th and 3 here. Let's see if Notre Dame can pick it up.
Looks like he's just going to try to get him to jump off sides here. Maybe
Yeah,
drain the
this.
clock. Yeah, he's not going to do it. Thought about it. It's going to end up being a flag on Notre Dame. Move the ball back 5 yards. 4th and 8. Ball on the 38, and he's going to punt it away now. So couldn't get the jump to get that easy first down. We kind of talked about that on Sunday. It tends not to work against the user. Natty kind of messing around with the punt returner.
So now Natty with, really only that one bad defense possession that was in plus territory for Notre Dame. He's looking really good on defense.
Yeah, not much going. Probably just right at 100 yards total for Notre Dame. Struggling to move it when they get close to the 50. Cincinnati looks like they really tighten up in those 2 possessions. He got to the 43 of Cincinnati, and then right before he got to the 50, he made a stop. So looking good right now, setting up good. Knowing that you give the ball up here, it's important that you get some points on this drive and drain as much of this clock as you can right here.
Looks like he's going to have White in that spy position, not going to let Ritter scramble again.
Yeah, and it's another good pickup. You're going to take 4 yards with Dokes. So Gerald Dokes just kind of off that little sweep, takes it right off tackle and gets 4 yards.
2nd and 6 here for Cincinnati. Ritter's under center again. Moving guys around in motion.
Yeah, and also picking up that tempo, but not snapping it right away. So, and there's that weird animation that we talked about when you're throwing out of these types of option formations. Man, it can be tough, especially when it's some kind of play action kind of play. Man, the defense line can just jump on it and blow that up, and that's what we saw right there to make it 3rd and long. And not what you needed to see when you got a good gain on first down. Can't have negative plays.
Oh, and I think Nasty is definitely proven right now. He's, at least so far, he's the best defensive coach in the league, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely looked like it, and he gets on an out route here and picks up a big first down to Pierce. So Alec Pierce from Ritter. Ritter 4 for 5 for 63 yards. Similar numbers of what we saw last week. He had no incompletions last week, only 1 drop today. And Cincinnati going to speed it up. 2:43 left.
So
It's going to be
if you're Cincy here, are you killing clock or are you just trying to score no matter what?
Yeah, I think you just got to worry about the points right now. It's kind of in that weird situation to where you can't really chew it up. He's obviously hurrying up, trying to keep Yofi in this defensive set. So I think you're just worried about points, right? Trying to get the best plays you can, not really worrying about the clock at this point. I mean, that's more cake. But what a broken tackle for Dokes. Dokes with a hard 7-yard run, making it 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Still going to hurry up. And gotten Yofi kind of in a defense that he likes, and he's going to keep him in that defense.
Yeah.
What's nice about the time on the clock, he's able to continue to run. He's not stuck in one kind of play call, so he can mix it up.
He can just run his offense, take what they give him. Ritter's going to drop back, look right. He's going to bomb it. Tipped down by the defense, Nick McLeod.
Yeah, so it's just a good play call there, right? Instead of going for the pick, just to bat it down. Don't give up the big play. It's 4th down. You know, Natty, right here, it looks like he is going to punt it away in this situation, so couldn't quite get the points there. Still 1:48 left for Notre Dame. Clock stopped after that incompletion, and he still got 2 timeouts.
Yeah, and this could now be a really bad situation for Cincy if Yofi can execute and get some points here, because he does get the ball back, right?
Yeah, he's going to get the ball back in the second half and go for a 2-for-1. Good punt, just lands right in the end zone. Try to get it in the corner, didn't quite get there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Notre Dame at the 20-yard line.
Very good. He's a very good D-line.
So real competitive match so far. We've seen both guys make mistakes. Both teams capitalize off those mistakes, and that's really the difference in the game right now.
Kyron Williams going to take a nice handoff, get a first down, a couple more. And like you just said with Cincy, I think 1:40 with timeouts is no worry about clock. He can also just run the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's Yovi can do what he needs to do here with those timeouts. He can throw the ball over the middle of the field. He can run the ball. And Book's going to have all the time in the world again, just not sending anybody. This time he takes off with Book, gets the first down, gets down.
Able to slide, yeah. Definitely. We saw Ritter take that big hit earlier, and I'm not even as worried about injuries, but fumbles.
Fumbles, that's what you got to worry about, right? Especially when they take those hit sticks. How often do you see the quarterback drop the ball in this game? It can be almost infuriating. You know what I mean? So it's Williams again, and he is having a heck of a game. So Kyrie Williams now with another 9-yard gain. He's averaging 8.1 yards a carry. Just give that man the rock. It's going to be a timeout for Notre Dame. 1:23 left, ball on the 46-yard line. This is where we've seen Notre Dame kind of bog down. So can they move the ball here close to the 50-yard line?
Screen pass. Never mind.
Oh, he's going to hand it off to Williams again. Again, the blocking is just dominant for Notre Dame. Another 10-yard carry for Kyron Williams right now, looking like the best player, making the best plays for this Notre Dame offense.
He's on G12 Player of the Game watch. Mentioning it now.
Absolutely, it's going to be Williams again, but this time he's going to be stopped for a 1-yard gain. So those first down rushes finally come to an end for Kyrie Williams. Now down to a minute, ball at the 34-yard line, and if you're Yofi and Notre Dame, you got to be happy, a little bit conservative, just to you have to get the points and get the ball at half, so you don't reason to force it here. But if you see something open, take advantage of it.
He's got Y.
Holds it, drops the ball, and oh man, fortunate to keep the ball. The big offensive lineman, the big man, makes a drive-saving fumble recovery there for Notre Dame. Just held the ball a little bit too long. He's got to feel the pressure and either get rid of it or throw the ball away there.
Luckily, that Notre Dame player able to pick it up there, which I feel like in this game, 9 out of 10 times, the offense gets it for whatever reason.
Man, the offensive linemen in this game just have great hands. Everybody drops back. Not a single rusher right now for Cincinnati. Everybody's in coverage. 17 seconds left. He could take off. He's going to bomb it deep anyway. And it's a turnover. And Natty, once again, drops literally every single player back. Book had about 10 yards he could have got to put himself in field goal range. Decided to force the ball on the sideline. Overthrew it just a bit. Cincinnati takes advantage, and another big turnover right before the half.
This defense from Nasty is for real. Nice run there by Dokes on first.
He just does not give you a lot, especially on third down. Not worried about the sack. Not worried about the scramble there on second, third, and long. And now we've seen him just cash grab those and take advantage. So he's still got 10 seconds, 2 timeouts. So he can convert this a big play here. He can convert this into some points maybe.
Either way, that's a gut-wrenching turn of events there for Notre Dame and Yofi, losing those points. Going to go into half down 3 at least.
Yeah, and right there we saw he gets bogged down right around the 50-yard line again. It was more the 40 that time. Time looks like it's going to run out here. Interesting play call there if you're going to let the time run out. Oh, he's going to call a timeout with 1 second. So taking a little gutsy play here. 1 second left. What do you got for a 70-yard pass play here, E-Migs? Because that's all you got. You got to either
lateral
it, screen it, or chuck it deep.
Looks like he's going to run it.
And if you run it, I'm not 100% sure why you call the timeout. Yeah, I just don't understand that, right? Like, we talk about coaching decisions. I mean, what if you fumble the ball there, they run it back in for a touchdown? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But that's why I'm on the sidelines and in the booth, and not on the sidelines, I should say, and not getting paid the big bucks. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on that first half?
I mean, I keep mentioning it. Cincy's defense, now that's 6 quarters of top-notch defense from Nasty and Cincinnati. So what is that, 6 interceptions?
So 2 tonight. So he had the 1 early. That's 2 tonight, and did he have 4 last week? So yeah, so that's
3 or 4.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had ended up with 4. I think after that one at the end of the game. So
he knows what he's doing on defense, specifically with pre-snap reads. Like Hardcore mentioned, pretty hard to throw when you're dropping 11 guys in coverage. Not a lot of coaches are doing that. I noticed in the tournament a lot of coaches were dropping 8, but dropping all 11 is pretty aggressive there.
I'm telling you, on the other play we saw where he could have run for the first down. I mean, he dropped like 9, I think. He only had 9 or 10 that he dropped back in coverage. So is Nasty taking? Well, now we haven't seen Hardcore play yet this season with Penn State. So, but is he early on? Is he kind of taking over that mantle so far as the best defense in the league? We saw what Hardcore did to take that championship last year. Was he played the best defense? He got the most turnovers. He put his team in position to win because of his defense. And so far, the first 2 weeks, Nasty's definitely put himself in position with this great defense.
Really good. The difference I would say between Hardcore like makes these crazy plays, and a lot of those like linebackers and screens and just edge defenders getting sacks, or he'll look to blitz and then he knows it's a pass and he'll drop back and intercept that pass with that blitzing linebacker. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Nasty is definitely one of the top defensive coaches, but Hardcore just feels like he's making more happen, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah, I think that comes down to a user play, right? Like, I think we're seeing Nasty do something a little bit different that we haven't seen. We've never seen Hardcore drop 11 guys back in defense, force the throw, and give up the scramble, right? We usually see him aggressive, blitzing guys, and intuitively read a play. We're seeing that a little bit from Nasty, I feel like, especially with that linebacker. That's 3 picks now in 2 games. So similar in that, where he just has a feel for where it's going to go. We kind of look at the stats here in the first half. I can't quite see all of Cincinnati's stats due to the cameras, but you see there, not a lot going for Notre Dame. Only 42 yards passing, 2 for 5 on 3rd down. Not that Cincinnati screaming on 3rd down either. 16% for Cincinnati on 3rd down. So not a whole lot of offense, a lot of defense. But hey, listen, I'll take it. I love a good defensive matchup, and yards are hard to come by.
Yeah, definitely. I think defensive battles are just a lot more fun when you're fighting for those points, and the one score means that much more than in a shootout.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know Notre Dame's going to get the ball here. I think we're going to continue to see a lot of Tyree Williams, right? Like, that's right now what is going to get Yofi and Notre Dame back in this game on this drive. All it takes right here is a good, solid drive. He's cracking about 9 yards a carry, I would guess, after those runs at the end. He's probably running about 10 times for close to 90 yards, I would say. So he's definitely been a workhorse for Notre Dame. Not too much for Cincinnati as far as offense goes. Just you had the one big pass play, and then just a good scramble. So we'll see. Once he spread it out, once Nasty spread it out, he got it to the playmakers down the field, was able to stretch the field a little bit more. We'll see if he utilizes that more in the second half.
Yeah, Kyrie Williams also running it really well. He scored that 1 touchdown on that screen pass, so he was chipping in on the receiving game too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're Yofi, I mean, you're only down 3. You get the ball back. Are you making any big adjustments? I mean, where are the adjustments to be made?
Right, yeah, I think it comes back to mistakes, right? You're looking at what cost them in the first half are those 2 turnovers. The forcing the ball there early, made a bad read, let it fly, and it ended up costing them a touchdown there. And then late in the half, you're losing points there. I mean, that's a 10-point turnaround right there for Notre Dame. They could possibly be in the lead in this game. So, yeah, I don't think he really needs to change up much. Just don't force the ball as much.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more conservative with throwing the ball, and utilize the running game. I mean, their offensive line is just blowing people off the field, and it looks like Natty's more likely to drop guys back in coverage. If he's going to give you that look, just keep running the ball until he can stop you.
That's one thing I noticed a lot in that holiday tournament. I mean, like flashy passing plays, everyone loves it, but it feels like whoever's controlling the ground. Like you just said, if you're giving up yards, take those yards, get the first down, move the ball. I just feel like whoever has the edge in the running game usually has the edge in the win column.
Yeah, and you saw that with you should have tapped, right? Like probably the best player. I mean, he got upset by N-Man in the tournament, but what did we see? That guy utilized the run game and passed when it was available. You know, he used the run in this game. If you can control the ball, control the clock, and just destroy the line of scrimmage, you can control the game. And Yofi can do that here. Will he do that? I'm not sure. So, because he does love the pass. The man loves to throw the ball around. But we'll see if he can be a little bit more conservative offensively and not force the ball. I think that could be the difference in this game. Obviously, we talk about the turnovers, and that's so huge in these user games because scoring can be so limited at times.
Yeah, wait, what was I just about to say? I had a thought. I lost it.
Classic. Speaking of which, we talked about that play right before halftime as we're waiting for him to kick it off. I'll try to get the story in. You might remember this as a Browns fan. Peyton Manning went into Cleveland right before halftime. Super hilarious video. My dad sent it to me on Facebook or something, which I never get on. But he told me about it. I went and looked at it. But Peyton Manning had this great idea, you know, where everybody kneels the ball and then everybody runs off the field right before the half. So this had to be like early 2000s, I would guess is what it looked like. So Indianapolis kneels the ball, like 20 seconds left in the half. You know, all the Browns guys run off the field, and Peyton had told everybody to stay on the sidelines for Indianapolis and not to go anywhere. And he was like, okay. So then as the Browns are leaving the field, everybody lines up to snap the ball. Peyton gets everybody up and tries to run a sweep. Tries to get a free sweep, but the running back got confused. Ended up being Peyton Manning running the ball. It blew up. He only got like 5 yards or something. And he said the referee got so mad at him because he's like, come on, man, what am I going to do here? Like half of the Browns teams in the locker room and all this other kind of stuff. It was just a super hilarious video. So talking about not really nasty, what was he doing at the end of the half? Why call that timeout with 1 second and then run a draw play? I guess he's just hoping he can break one and catch Yofi off guard a little bit. But the funny things that we try to come up with and scheme with. So we'll see if these guys are ready to get going. I know this always makes fantasy a little bit nervous when we have these long half times. It's going to lag out and not work.
I know, yeah, I'm worried about that.
So if anybody wants to jump in the chat and say, hey, if you guys are ready, we're ready to roll. No reason to wait on us. But I think Max saying we said 5-minute halftime, so we're about there, I think. Surely we've talked and rambled long enough here.
You telling that story reminds me of a game I was at with Johnny Manziel was playing in Cleveland, and they line Johnny up at quarterback, and they act like they're having like a problem with the headset, and he starts walking over. This is when Kyle Shanahan was our offensive coordinator, and he starts walking over to the sideline, and then like a wide receiver takes the snap and chucks it to Johnny, and he scored a touchdown, but it was a penalty. It was like 4 penalties on the play.
All I know was Butch Davis was your all's coach back then,
First
so that
coach,
had to be early 2000s when that happened with Peyton Manning. But it was just so funny because The ref is so mad at him. So he's going to take it out with Tyree, and we're going to get kicked off here in the second half. Ball at the 17-yard line, so not a great return there for Notre Dame. Maybe Yofi should let those.
I just remembered my thought.
Oh, here we go.
My thought.
All right, sweet.
It seems like Yofi has been really hesitant with Book, like not really any calls to run it with Book, and he's not scrambling either. I think it's what you said, he wants to pass, but let's see if he can take advantage of Book's legs because he's one of the better scramblers.
Right, especially on these ones where he's drawing back, 9 guys. But this is what he needs to do. He needs to give this ball to Tyree Williams and let him take over this game. And I think Biggin said in the chat, I want to see 300 yards rushing by the end of this game. And I think he's more than capable of doing it because I don't think Cincinnati can stop this run game. He's going to have to pack the box and put some more guys on the line. He's not going to be able to stop this with 3 down linemen with the Cincinnati team. You can just see the dominance with the hog mollies up front. As Keith Jackson would say, they are just getting off the ball and knocking people off the line of scrimmage.
And running the ball does. Oh, here we got Williams again on a nice run on first down, picking up first.
He is just cracking 10 yards a carry, right? Like, there's no way that Cincinnati can stop that.
And it does a couple things that he wasn't able to do in the first. It keeps the ball out of, like, no turnovers, and it just neutralizes Nasty making plays, which he has been.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not much you can do if he's running it.
You can't get interceptions if the ball's in the running back's hands and he's 10 yards down the field, right?
Yeah.
He's going to throw here, which I don't blame him. I mean, you've run it a couple of times. Try to get him to stack the box. Now he's got 7 guys in the box. Yeah, take a shot here off the play action, but he's going to switch it up and run it with Williams again, and it's going to be a 3-yard gain on 1st and 10. And make it 2nd and 7. So they're moving the ball pretty easily. And we've seen him do this all game. He gets about to the 50 or Cincinnati's 40, and then things start to go awry.
Yeah, this is that danger zone. I think it's kind of what you were saying and what we saw Biggie, and just get conservative. Just at the rate the game's going, take the points. Don't do anything stupid.
So there you see the total yards, 154 for Cincinnati, 134 for Notre Dame. A lot of that on the ground. He's going to step back and pass, but gets it to right, and it's going to be another first down for Notre Dame.
They're rolling now. He's mixing up the pass and the run. I think he's going to lean heavy on the run, though. I like the play calling.
Yeah, and he's picked up the pace. He likes the defense that Cincinnati's in now, stacking the box, a lot of guys in the box. So here's your chance to maybe take a couple of shots if you're smart. But he's going to keep it with Williams. It's going to be a run to the right, and this time Cincinnati stops him for no gain. So the first big stop, but there you saw Notre Dame had to commit a lot of guys to the box to get that running game shut down.
Yeah, and really, I don't know if Yofi's even called a read option, which I just think you have to do if you have a guy like Book. You have to at least mess with it, see if he's able to shut it down.
Okay, we're going to us. Bird, I can't. There we go. So it's going to be a run to Williams there, and I thought we might have lagged out or something. I was going to panic. I was like, oh no, did the game lag out? So nothing doing there. 2 runs, and finally Cincinnati now, once this ball gets to the 40-yard line, compacts it in and gets 2 stops. Is going to be 3rd and long, forcing Notre Dame into maybe a passing situation here. But is he going to set himself up to maybe go for it on 4th down? We'll see.
Folks looking, he's got time, no one open.
Once again, just no pressure, not sending anybody, going to throw it downfield.
Beautiful play.
Lindsey, very patient, and found a gap in the zone there and capitalized on it. So a huge response here for Notre Dame. You can just see no pressure. Once again, only sent 1 guy. Everybody's back in coverage.
Come on.
And so that
Lindsey
there's
just
a real
escapes and comes open.
There's a real give and take with that. If you're gonna send, there was 10 guys in coverage, no pressure. So it's really hard to even sit with them if you have 10 guys in coverage when they're breaking off routes after their initial route runs out.
Yeah, we appreciate the follows there, guys. We saw even on the replay, and they're still coming in. So you guys are following. I didn't catch the names or anything like that, but we appreciate all the subs tonight, all the follows, all the donations. And it's going to be a good return here for Cincinnati. It's going to be off the right, and he's going to get past the 35. And there we get another $10 donation from RTG for the Center of Suicide Awareness. Once again, it's all about mental health for us this month, and all your donations are going to go to mental health awareness and
Left and right.
suicide awareness. So we appreciate any donations you guys can give. You guys have shown a lot of love tonight, and we appreciate that in this game of the week. So all you guys in the chat, we love you and we appreciate it.
Yeah, and what a game it's been so far. Notre Dame finally able to take back the lead. Let's see if Cincinnati can respond here. Ritter's going to drop back, look, and he's going to get sacked.
We'll talk about just out of those kind of
Good defense. Let's go.
out of those kind of formations, tough to pass out of, right? So
We gotta keep taking that step
when
away.
you get in those run-like formations where you have the hard animations when you're coming out of the play action and the sweep, you get another $5 donation.
Sir, is that Thrizzy? That's got to be Thrizzy.
Sir Thriswaldo the Fourth. So we appreciate that, sir.
He's
and-
anonymous.
gives us the winking robot. So once again here, Natty's going to, speaking of Thrizzy, he's got his VC2 this coming January 23rd at 8 p.m. So catch that out. It's a grand show there with that he does on his stream. So go check out Thrizzy as well. He's another coach in the G12, and man, he puts on a show with that UFC
Like that?
stuff. So it's going to
Big
be
tackle out there.
big tackle. I have a lot of space if he doesn't wrap him up there, but it is going to be offsides
Game last night.
You gonna call Mike Brown
on
down?
Notre Dame, so that's going to be a free 5 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 12 now. So another shot. Yofi's a little confused. He's like,
Why wouldn't it be
"Oh,
encroachment? Yeah.
Come on now.
I didn't jump off sides. Maybe lined off a little bit off sides there and didn't realize it. So it's going to be 2nd and 12, ball at the 33, 3:49 left. We got a tight football game, which is what we were hoping for. It's lived up to the hype so far. Great defense and some great downfield plays. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be complete. 1st down and 10 for Cincinnati here. So a great throw. Just kind of got him like on that hitch route, and it's going to go for a 1st down, and we're in speed up mode
Sounds
here.
good, buddy. Sounds good, my friend.
Yeah, big play, that out route there on the edge. Just able to get that separation from the corner. See what Ritter does here, dropping back. Nice 1st down pickup to the left.
Yeah, absolutely. Another 1st down, and just moving along here. In this, once he gets in the shotgun, he's really able to throw it a lot better. You can see how much better he's throwing it out of the shotgun, especially now that he's got Yofi in this defense that he likes. It's going to be another out route. It's going to be wide open. Patient,
Oh!
makes a good little spin move,
Woo!
but it was really good defense there by
Yeah,
Yofi
just
not to
kinda
bot
sat-
on it.
yeah,
Just
yep.
kind of sat there, let him do a little dance, and then ended up wrapping him up, and I didn't give him much yards after the catch. So once again, Cincinnati moving the ball, looking a lot better in this shotgun set this drive. It's going
You got 2?
Nothing doing their 3-yard pickup.
3-yard pickup on 1st down, 2nd and 7. Dokes again with the play, and
During the stream.
got another. Thrizzy's dad gets $5, so Thrizzy's dad's stepping in. Speaking of Thrizzy's, getting all sorts of donations in here for us. So it's a $5 donut. We appreciate the follow just a second ago as well, guys. So any follows we're getting, if we're missing them, we apologize. Emigs was a little bit of a streamer. He did it for a little while. I don't at all, so this is not my forte, but we appreciate all of that. So it's going to be 1st and goal now for Cincinnati. Opportunity to put some points up on the board for sure here.
Another run to the right. Big chunky yards there. And I think this is only our 2nd red zone trip, right?
Yeah, it might be. I mean, it's been a lot of chunk plays,
Yeah.
right? We got the red zone from Yofi early on. Other than that, it's been big plays and field goals for us. So he's going to hurry up. Once again, it's going to be another run right off the guard, and we got maybe a little bit of injury here for Dokes. Is he slow to get up? That might be a little bit trouble. Hopefully, it's not too bad. We'll probably get an update for that in a second. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1 with 2:25 left in a 14-10 football game here.
You're going on 4th here, right? If you
Yeah,
don't
I think
get
you got to. Once you're inside the 1 here, you got to go for it.
See what he
So they're going to
draws
line up in goal line. Yofi's stacking the
sneak.
box, of course. See if he runs the sneak again. No, he's going to hand it off. It's going to be the backup running back. It's going to be a touchdown for Cincinnati, and that's going to make it a 16-14 game. Just lined up, smash mouth.
Good answer back.
Just kind of ran that power run. Got the linebacker in that gap. Got the blocks that he needed, and was able to push it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, great response there by Nasty coming out, giving up a touchdown, then going right back and throwing a touchdown at
You
Yofi.
gotta play defense.
Gets back up by 3.
So we see these first two drives. These guys kind of opening it up a little bit here. Both teams, after that defense just struggled in the first half, these offenses looked really good in the first two drives of the third quarter.
It's like people want to
Each
see
getting
Broncos are
points.
winning all the time now.
Still a 3-point game. This time Yofi's going to say, I'm going to down the ball. I don't want to start at the 17. And here we are, 2:08 left. In the third quarter, Notre Dame's football. We'll see if Yofi sticks to this running game. And we'll see if Cincinnati's going to continue to stack the box.
Kyron Williams again, 3 black hats there on him. 3-yard pickup.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just a run up the middle. They didn't have a lot of guys necessarily in the box, a little bit off, but they crashed in and made a good play. And Yofi and Notre Dame going to speed up here. And it's going to be a drop back for Book. This time he's thinking about going, and he's going to take off. Does a little juke, takes a big hit.
Yeah.
There's the 100 yards rushing for Notre Dame on the day. And so it's going to be a 3rd and 2, ball at the 33. So any play in the playbook is going to work here. You can run, throw, play action, run it to the fullback, throw slants. Just anything is open on this 3rd and short. Notre Dame's going to line up. Yeah, it looks like he's going to creep him up, but he's going to run. Williams is going to run right at him, make a good user. He bounces off, breaks the tackle. He's going to go to the rod. Now it's to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5.
Wow.
He's going to house it. And this man is racking up the yards. And Biggie in the chat right before halftime said, I want to see 300 yards. And Williams said, hold that 300 yards. I'm going to get it for you, big guy. And he just takes off as Williams is just making a case for player of the game. A huge touchdown here in the third quarter. We talked about Yofi needed to run the football more for success, and my gosh, he's taken that. And
What a run, man.
Great play call and great stick use. Man, just timed it perfectly. Bounced off tackles like a pinball machine.
Yeah, that first cut was one of those. You can do a lot of work with that left stick, not juking, just kind of aiming your guy. That was one of those, but then he hit him with that second juke and broke that guy's ankle. That was a really nice move.
He was gone. So the offense is stacking up. We saw all defense in that first half, but my goodness, the offense is picking up here. And it's
21 points.
21 points quick in the third quarter. And we'll see what Cincinnati does. They're going to continue to spread it out. We saw them have a lot of success with that shotgun. And here we are with 1:13, only a minute, really just a little bit over a minute off the clock on that.
And they're lining up 4 wide. They're sticking with that shotgun.
Go, baby. Thank you so much, Brad.
So yeah, he does kind of get close to being offset. Like, look at,
Hey, gets him close, and here we go. So it's going to be a rollout here. He's got plenty of room. He's going to take off. There's a great stick move here, as both of these guys are really using the sticks here on offense and making it tough to get tackles. I think Mac just said we got our 500th follower. We missed that in all the chaos of that great run by Yofi. So celebrations there. Jackie Moon with the 500th subscriber, or follower, so we appreciate that. And I don't know if it's the sub or a follower, Mac Dub, let me know. It's going to be another run for Notre Dame, or for, Cincinnati. It's going to be 2nd and 1 here. We never did get an update on Dokes.
I was just going to say that.
What the injury was there. He looks like he's back in the game, so it couldn't have been too bad. Maybe just out for a couple of plays. But Cincinnati now speeding up at a big third down stop, making it second down stop, making it 3rd and inches. Cincinnati is going to speed it up still. So both of these guys stepping on the offensive pedal and not letting the gas down here on offense.
He has a lot of success in this game in the shotgun, so I won't be surprised if we see something different moving forward from Nasty.
He's looked a lot better on offense since he got out. and it's a pick for White, and there it is, a huge turnover. I don't know what happened there. He must have blown up that tackle and just jumped up and made the play.
He just kind of sat back.
He kind of sat back there.
Yep.
You know, we see Yofi do that so much. He kind of uses that linebacker, that defensive end, kind of in that. It's not really a blitz. It's just kind of that audible to where they're in coverage, and
that'll probably do it here for the third, though.
That'll do it for the third. Nothing doing for Williams on that first down run, and man, so a huge turnover, and now Natty's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to get a stop here, and try to salvage something. At least hold him to a field goal, keep it a touchdown lead. Trying to stay positive with the chat. Got to be a little bit nervous going into the fourth quarter after that turnover. That was a little bit of a shocker. I think he expected that outside linebacker DN to kind of pressure there, and he just kind of set him out and contain, I guess is the right word, right? He kind of uses that audible to contain him, and just kind of set in that gap and jumped up and snagged it. So
yeah, and you could see on Yofi's face it's what you said. He set him in contain, which is run defense, either for the quarterback or running back, and Yofi was just as surprised with that pick because that was the CPU, just happened to be right there. Made a really nice play.
Well, and that's what makes it hard to roll right on Yofi, right? We saw him do that last week when we know the tendency was for Stoner to do that rollout, and so he just took both defensive ends and started doing that contain user hot route on the defense, just kind of contain those guys, and then it makes it tough to roll out there. Yeah. And you saw there it helped with just putting him kind of right in that zone and still in kind of a turnover there. So as you see the screen pop up there, 8 Central. Every Sunday night, we got the G12 Weekly. We'll recap this week's games in the upcoming week, so hope you join us for that. Book's going to step back here, throw it off to right, and it's going to pay past the 50. Kind of missed tackle there, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 here for Notre Dame.
Yeah, big third down. And I was just thinking, too, the way the third quarter went, that turnover might have been the difference, but if Nasty's able to get a stop here and kind of neutralize that, it's a big play.
That's what we're talking about. At least hold them to 3 points here is huge to try to keep this a one-score game. Giving up a touchdown is going to hurt. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Notre Dame. Book's going to kind of roll out. Plenty of time. Gets him wide open. Great play call there. Kind of got him on that slant route. The big tight end with the reception. And it's going to get it to the 30-yard line. So you're definitely in bend, don't break kind of mode here if you're Cincinnati and Nasty Natty.
Yeah, big play on third. It was like you said, the slant route. He just kind of had to sit back, and like we've seen all game, that front five, that offensive line just held, and he just let it develop until he ran past the coverage. Yeah,
great clip by Hardcore on that interception, so you guys can go back and take a look at that again, as you saw on the replay. And it's going to be Williams right up the middle, but it's going to be stuffed for loss of 2. So Cincinnati's starting to shut down Williams here. Here late in the game. Usually you see a running back take over, but Cincinnati making sure they stop that run first now, and maybe going to try to force Yofi into throwing the ball.
He just fucking swim moved him and went.
Let's see what Yofi's got here, lining up with those 2 wide right, shotgun, flanked by Williams.
I'm going to run some hot routes here.
Dropping back, he's looking. He's
once again.
Roll left, nothing doing. Risky pass. That's
risky pass. Try to force one in there, and he's lucky that one falls incomplete. Right? Like once again, we see that defense by Cincinnati only sending 3 guys, conservative, dropping everybody back, and pays off again. It's hard to fit them in that zone sometimes, especially when nobody comes open. And here we go with a 3rd and 12, right on that verge, kind of right in that long field goal range, about a 40-something yard field goal. So he's just going to be conservative. He had the middle and kind of sprinted out to the right there, but the middle of the field was wide open for Williams, but didn't read that quite right. So it's going to be 4th and 8, but it does get him in a good field goal range. So I think that's all Yofi was trying to do, is just make this a 7-score game.
I don't agree with
that. So it's going to be 4th and 8 with 5:24 left, and it's going to try to get 3 points off that turnover.
And he. Let's see if he makes it here. Kick looks like it's good. But So he's able to force the interception, which it kind of was, in a way, a lucky interception. The CPU getting it just happened to be right place, right time. I think you just got to try to get 7 there. And it felt like you said, on 2nd and 3rd down, he was kind of like, all right, I'll just get the 3.
Get it out.
Yeah, he, especially after you force that pass maybe on 2nd down and you almost get an interception. You almost throw an interception. You tone it down. You don't want to force anything there.
That's good.
And I don't hate it. So
That's a great
a
play.
tough return for Cincinnati. It's going to be tough field position, so a good kicker coverage for Notre Dame there. Ball at the 17-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Cincinnati with 5:11 to go here in the 4th quarter. It's going to be shotgun. Working much better for him. He's going to roll out to the left. Not much there. Just tries to get rid of it. Falls incomplete. So a little bit lucky there as he took a hit that wasn't a fumble or kind of that batted ball that can get picked off every once in a while if you're not careful. And so good first down there for the Notre Dame defense. We'll see what Natty does here.
I got a question for chat. Guys, let me know. So I'm doing the player of the game poll. I have, so far for Notre Dame, I have Kyron Williams, obviously. And then for Cincinnati, I have DeBlanco with that another 3rd interception. So I need one guy for Cincy and one guy for Notre Dame.
Yeah, so let us know that. Emix will get that up on Twitter for us. Of course, our G12 Twitter will retweet that, but Emix will share it in the chat once it's up. And you guys go vote for who you think the player of the game is, and that might come down to who makes a play here late for these teams. So we got a 7-point game here late, 4:42 left. It's going to be a deep pass. Hamilton on the coverage. It's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to be a 4th and 9. Now you might just have to punt it away from your own 18 because you're pretty much you're giving away points if you don't punt it here.
Yeah, I think you have to punt. 4th and 9 too. And he, like we saw earlier, he already tried to go for it at his own 30. This is even worse. He knows he has to punt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he can get a good punt. He can flip this, and we've seen his defense get stopped. So it's not like he's incapable of getting a stop. He just bogged down and held him to another field goal. So if Nasty can get a good punt, he's going to send it right up the gut. Man, almost close to a block. Forces a bad punt. It's going to be great field position for Notre Dame as they get inside the 40-yard line. Almost guaranteed a field goal at this point if he can just make one play. And here we are, 4:31 left, ball at the 39. That was just a huge defensive stop there to get them to go 3 and out. And of course, this great field position here for Notre Dame. It's going to be Ian Book.
I just posted that player of the game poll, so go in there and vote.
Yeah, so that'll be up, and Emix put that in Twitter, so make sure you go and grab that. And as many votes as we can get in there would be great. Makes this fair right now. I tell you, my guys, Tyree Williams, he has just torn it up and has looked really good tonight. It's going to be 1st and 10 as another big pass play. Great movement there for Yofi. Great pass play as he is just feeling it now as this run game. Cincinnati said to focus on this run game has really opened up some things in the passing game now for Yofi, where things are starting to be a little bit easier and a little more open for him. And no turnovers this half either for Yofi. He's +1 in the turnovers after that interception, and he's taken and not given away, so that's huge.
Yeah, and he can definitely just settle for the 3 of the way the game's been going.
Yeah, just eat some of this clock. Take your 3, don't force anything, and trust your defense to get the stop at this point. So it is going to be another run up the middle for Williams, 3rd and 7. Now ball on the 18.
See what he does here. I feel like he was going to throw it, but I wouldn't. Okay, I see what he wants to get this. Trips right and run it left.
Yeah, just trying to get some space out there on the edge. You know, Yofi likes to get that edge, and here we go, 3rd and 7.
He's throwing. Going for the kill shot here. Brooks looking right. He's got Lindsey. Not enough for the first.
Not enough for the first. Just short. 4th and 7, throws about a 4-yard pass no yards after the catch, so he'll let the clock run down here and probably kick a field goal, and that's going to make it a 13-point game. Or excuse me, the 10-point game. So it's going to make it a 2-score game, and that's huge at this point to stretch this thing out to 10 points. So Notre Dame lines up. Story with the kick, and it's going to be good. So here we go. 2:31 left. Notre Dame now converts it, stretches it out to 10 points. So Cincinnati's going to have to get a quick score here. And if they want a shot here at the end, you got to get a quick touchdown. But
Yeah.
here's what you can run into, right? You don't have to get it all in one play, though. It can be quick, but it doesn't have to be one play. You don't have to go 4 verts and try to get everything at once. And this is going to be a good start. If you can break that tackle, it's going to be out to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. So a great return. So that's what he needed, right? He needed that one broken tackle and a great return out to the past the 40-yard line, and great field position for Cincinnati. So that's going to help him get that quick score with this great field position. You see the broken tackle and just another great return there for Cincinnati.
I just realized for the player of the game poll, I accidentally, it was autocorrect, but it changed Kyron to Karen. So go vote for Karen Williams.
We got Karen Williams out there. So much apologies to Mr. Williams, but, don't be a Karen out there, guys. So it's a 9-yard pickup on first down for Cincinnati. It's going to be 2nd and 1, 2 minutes to go. Drops back, a little bit of pressure, rolls out, and he's just going to throw it away here with 2:01 left. And down 10. Here, ball at their own 49. Just a reminder, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, or excuse me, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. It's going to be Fantasy World League in Texas, taking on D's Diabetes in South Carolina. Both teams undefeated, unplayed, buys and buys and buys, and they finally get to kick it off this week after that bye last week. So they'll be their first action of Season 2 of G12. Looking forward to that one. It's going to be a run up the middle for Cincinnati. It's going to be 1st and 10, under 2 minutes to go. He's going to run hurry up, but he's in this kind of run formation. So we'll see what he's going to do out of that.
Yeah, sticking to that flex bone, and he's going to keep running it.
Still got all 3 timeouts. He's got all 3 timeouts. 2nd and 2. He kind of forced himself into this hurry up. He had the first down. He didn't have to hurry up there. Once again, still got all 3 timeouts. Going to be a couple of runs. It's going to be a first down. So now we'll see if he switches formations. He's going to keep this going.
I think Yoki's fine with this.
Yeah, I mean, Yoki loves to see that clock tick. Now he's just going to kind of get it in the huddle, switch formations here. 1:37 left here in the 4th. Time ticking.
Save the best for last, Rocky Top. Save the best for last.
Vegan making a good point. At what point you just kick the field goal and then go for the onside kick. Tom's running now. He's going to stop short. Slow to get up, but it's going to be a hurry up off. Still in the hurry up. 1:17, saving those timeouts just in case he doesn't get the onside kick and he can get a 3 and out. It's going to be another run for Cincinnati. It's going to be a first down now just outside the 20.
You got to him, though.
Down to 1:10 left here in the 4th. 10-point game.
Just over a minute left. So Ritter takes a snap. He's got
him over the middle.
Yep.
Inside the 5 now. 1 minute left. Took a big hit, but held onto the football. Can't ask for more than that. And here we go. 1 minute left inside the 5. It might come down to an onside kick. He's going to hurry up, line up. Hasn't used a single timeout. So that's another big thing here. Yoki didn't force him to use a timeout, and it's a blitz and right up the gut. It stuffs it, and is he going to use a timeout here?
There's the timeout.
And there's one timeout down. So 1 minute left. Ball on the 4. A little bit surprised he ran it there with the minute left. You can't really. It would have been nice to save all 3 of those timeouts because you're getting to the point now where Yofi's going to be able to run out the clock. So it's really going to come down to that onside
right?
kick. Yeah, I mean, a first down and this thing's over. He's going to line up under shotgun in this flex bone. Yofi's stacking the box. Can't take a sack here. He's going to run it, and Yofi stuffs it again. And now Natty's in a little bit of trouble here. Under a minute left. He's going to hurry up. And I'm really surprised he's not throwing inside this red zone. He's got stuff. It's cost him a little bit, and it's going to be a touchdown for Cincinnati. So they finally get the touchdown after 3 runs. Clock runs down about, I'm not seeing it with the touchdown symbol. It's 45 seconds left.
So it's the onside kick because if
so it's going to come down to an onside kick because he doesn't have the 3 timeouts, so Yofi can clock it.
Kneel it on third down.
It's those 2 runs really cost Natty there to be able to stop the clock. So it all comes down to this onside kick. It's tough to get them in this game, but it is possible. We've gotten, how many of us have been screwed over and over when we play the CPU and they keep kicking onside kicks? You know, it can happen. Trying to line it up. It's going to be a kick. He's going to kick it right at it, and that's not going to do it. About 12 Notre Dame guys there. Guys running off the sidelines to cover that one up. And Yofi should be able just to kneel it here. And that'll probably use both his timeouts. But using that timeout, man, that was a killer, right? Like, he got inside that 5 and ran it 3 times instead of trying to throw it to stop the clock. That's a little bit confusing to me, and it's enabled Yofi maybe just to run out the clock here. So it's going to be another run by Williams. It'll be a loss. Hopefully he's turned up everything to try to strip the ball, do everything you can to force a turnover. I'm kind of surprised Yofi's running the ball here.
And you mentioned the timeout. I'm also a little surprised about just some of the play calling. Like, I feel like he needed to just get the ball in the air and go for some big chunk plays.
Yeah, a lot of runs on that in that 2-minute offense. You know, he wasn't getting out of bounds. He just didn't give himself a chance here at the end. So it'll be the last timeout for Cincinnati, and now Yovi's going to down the ball on 3rd down, and that's going to do it with this 40-second play clock. So, wow, what a beautiful, beautiful game again this week. Natty gave Yofi everything that he wanted and some more, I believe. And we'll be able to welcome him into the chat here. Hopefully he'll have a little bit of success getting in this the chat that he did last time. He had a little bit of trouble. He couldn't get the interview. So Notre Dame's going to go to 2-0, Cincinnati to 1-1. E-Migs, give us your thoughts, man.
Oh, what a battle. I think my biggest takeaway is from the losing coach. I think Natty proved that his defense is for real. He's forcing turnovers. He's able to get out in the flat and get some big sacks and just some big tackles for loss. Really good in coverage. But no, I mean, I didn't see anything crazy from Yofi. Kind of just a solid game. He was able to fight through some adversity. Came back from I think he was down by 3 was the biggest deficit. But solid game all around by Yofi. Able to run the ball well.
Let's also talk about Scott Van Pel's bad beats for you guys that picked Yofi to cover. It was a 4.5-point spread. He can't quite cover with that 3-point victory. So huge, guys, for everybody that picked Natty to cover and he to at least get within that spread, and he does it, only losing by 3 to Yofi. So Hardcore said 1.6 thousand channel points were lost with that last second touchdown there. So great game by both of these guys. You really can't ask for anything better, honestly. Game of the week. We knew it was the game of the week. These guys proved last week they were probably the 2 best teams so far we've seen play, and a really good start for G12, I would say.
Yeah.
For sure.
And, like you said, it was a battle the whole way through early on. We kind of got a little of everything. It was a defensive battle early on. We got a lot of turnovers, and then we come out second half, and it's guns a-blazing, 21 points in the third.
Yeah, that can be expected, right? Guys trying to fill each other out, seeing how they're playing the game, a little bit more conservative approach, and then, man, Yofi really stepped on the gas there with the run game, was able to get just chunk after chunk with Williams. Just a great game plan, and man, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. And I don't think Biggie and Clyde got the 300 yards he was looking for rushing in the chat, but I think Yofi realized what his strength was and utilized that and toned it down. Didn't have any turnovers in the second half. He really stole one with that linebacker pick, and man, that might have been the one that really sealed the deal for him. That he was able to convert that into make it a 10-point game, and there you saw that was huge, that extra 3 points. So Hardcore cheering the one bit. We appreciate that, Hardcore. And let's give credit to Hardcore running this computer stuff with these spreads. I mean, he's pretty much dead on with what the computer's got. So I think he said in the chat that he was...
Wait.
Yeah, so let's welcome in Coach Yofi from Notre Dame. Give us your thoughts, Coach. How do you feel after this big win tonight?
Man, this was one that we were looking forward to, man. This one was, we knew it was going to be tough. We knew this one was going to be tough. So happy to get this win.
Hey, Miggs, you got some questions? Go for it, man.
Yeah, Coach, E-Migs here. One thing I noticed, I think your quarterback among all these 12 coaches, like Ian Book, he's got legs. I noticed so many times he was just kind of sitting back there in the pocket with over 20 seconds maybe even of time.
Yeah.
And you just kind of weren't taking off with him. Now, I don't even know if you called a read option either. Is there a reason you're kind of staying away from using his legs?
I didn't want him to fumble the ball. All right, I wanted to stay away from turnovers, and I still threw 2 picks. I mean, the one play, like you said, there's nobody blitzing. There was like 11 people back.
Yeah.
And I still threw the pick. I'm like, I was like at the end of the half, I'm fine with that, but still, I'm like, damn, I couldn't. There's nobody here. I should just ran. That should have easily been a run.
Yeah, we are talking about the play of the game. Probably is that interception, right? You put the guy in that kind of contain, and I think you were as shocked as anybody to snag that pick. That really you converted it in to make it a 10-point lead, which really helped you as you gave up that touchdown late. Walk us through that interception, what you were doing there, how you set up that defense, and how it paid off for you.
Well, we kept just trying to take away that outside run. You know, as soon as you take away that outside run, you got to just stop the quarterback. If we contain the quarterback, which we didn't a few times, and he took off, and it killed us on a few plays. So, like, we just had somebody just trying to sit out there and make sure he doesn't take off, and he just happened to be sitting right there for that crossing route.
Yeah, talk about Williams here. Tyree Williams just went off in the second half. That run that you had was a beaut. Walk us through the game with that and the thought of just how you were able just to run the ball down Cincinnati's throat and how that felt.
Well, as soon as I threw that pick, I'm like, all right, the second one especially, I'm like, okay, we gotta maybe work the pass game back in. We gotta get the run game going again because there wasn't much of like a run game in the first half. We ran the ball a couple of times, and it was successful, but we didn't keep going for it, which we should have just kept hitting it because, I mean, yeah, Kyron was unstoppable today. But I think we also got him in some good spots with counters. I mean, we were able to hit the counter, tried to set the sweep up with a counter, but he started really reading in on it. So, hats off to Natty. He started honing in on the counter easy.
Yeah, chat was pointing out he started making a lot of adjustments. I think the first one you pointed out was dropping 10 guys in coverage. But all around great game. We saw you, like I mentioned earlier, you fought through some adversity. You were down by 3, I think. It was kind of a slug too.
We were down a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, first half was weird.
I mentioned earlier, I think Nasty's one of the better defensive coaches in the league. I'd put him in that top 4, 25%.
Yeah, that user pick he had on the left side was incredible. I mean, when I threw that, as soon as he caught that, I'm like, damn, that's such a nice play. Like, damn, that was such a good read. He saw it and just ran right over to it. He was just bailing out. He knew I was going for that. That was such a good play.
I might have missed it. I was just talking to the chat. Did you talk about that linebacker pick yet?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
The one you... Okay, my bad, sorry.
Yeah, just putting him out there. I mean, for the most part, it was Owusu that was out there. I mean, he's our fastest linebacker, pretty much, our best defenseman. So I wanted to have somebody, again, out there to make sure that quarterback doesn't get away. I mean, there was some third downs where he just took off and just made a couple people miss because we were diving at his feet. And, he had like a couple 30-yard runs on us. It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach. So So were you sweating bullets there as we kind of got inside the 10, the clock's moving there? Kind of walk us through that last thing, what you're thinking. You got the onside kick, all that craziness towards the end of the game. Kind of what was going through your head there, what you were kind of do. Where you were a little bit surprised he kept running the ball and the clock kept eating. I know that helped you out a little bit. He was kind of had to burn a timeout. Kind of walk us through that as he was trying to cut it to make it a one-score game there late.
Well, as soon as he started running, I mean, he was running the ball pretty well today. I mean, those like sweeps where he hands it off and then fakes it, and the fullback takes it. All those misdirections were, for the most part, we were there, at least making the tackles at first, and then they just started breaking tackles and starting to run all over us. So when he started getting back to that run, I was getting a little bit nervous. I'm like, all right, he's just going to kind of march down the field with this run game, and then kind of pick apart on the pass game that he was doing. And then as soon as he got to that onside kick, I was a little bit nervous again. I'm always nervous on onside kicks. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
All right. I know you. I know you take it. Oh, go ahead, Emix. Go ahead.
The last thing I was gonna talk about is that possession right after the interception in the third. I felt like you got way too conservative. I wanted you to go for that kill shot and try to get a touchdown. I felt like on second down you were like, all right, let's just get
phoned
our three
it in.
here.
Yeah. I just didn't want. Again, I just didn't want to turn the ball over. I think at that point it was a touchdown game. I mean, if I give him the ball back again, I was just afraid of this team.
Yeah.
This team was good. I mean, especially, and hats off to Natty. You know what he's really good at is returning the ball. Anytime I didn't kick it out of the end zone, I was terrified.
Yeah, I think that was huge, right? That return that you kind of gave up to give him the possession there at the 40 was eight. We thought he might have given him a chance, but it just kind of went away there at the end. So you're past Natty now. You got the victory. You can breathe a little easy, but we know this next week 3, you've had this baby circled for months, baby, right?
That's right.
This is the one we've been waiting for. The rematch with Hardcore. It's a little bit different. It's not Oklahoma this time. We've moved over to Penn State and Notre Dame. So kind of an old school rivalry with Notre Dame and Penn State. Kind of walk us through your process now that you've had this baby circled and what you're thinking of for next week.
I got to go back and watch Hardcore a couple times just to see what he does with Penn State. But yeah, we've had this circled. I mean, you heard the fans in the stadium beat Hardcore after the alma mater. I mean, they were.
We want Hardcore.
We're ready for it. Yeah, we want it, baby. We're ready.
Yeah, so reminder, guys, that's probably the best game next week. That'll probably be our game of the week next week. So Yofi is just the game of the week kind of guy, apparently. We're putting him on the game of the week, it seems like, every week. This week it's Cincinnati, and another big one. It doesn't get any easier when you're playing all user games, right? So
Nope.
Great game tonight. Way to come up with the victory. I think the spread was 4.5. It ended up being 3, so it was pretty dead on. And I think you don't care about covering; you care about the W.
Win. Yeah,
so,
just win the game.
Move on to next week. So congratulations, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
All right,
Alrighty,
guys, there
Migs.
you have it. Okay. There you have it, though. That was Coach Yofi from Notre Dame. Final thoughts, John?
Yeah, man, I think that lived up to the game of the week, right? Like, we had another tight one. I'm telling you what, this Nasty, he's a ball player, man. He keeps his games close. They're exciting. You know why both of these guys do that. We're definitely going to raid Yofi here. Well, give us your thoughts. What do you think? I'm looking forward to next week for sure, and we got that game tomorrow night. Don't miss that.
I think that's a great preamble for that game we got. I don't think it's scheduled yet, but no, I think so. Now
It's
Yofi has
8:30.
two. Oh, it is
for
okay.
next week, yeah.
Yeah, for next. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Yofi's got 2 games under his belt. Other than practicing with Penn State, I don't know how much Hardcore's played with them. So I think it's going to be interesting. But I think I'm taking Yofi in that one. There's a little sneak peek at my pick.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if anything changes before Sunday. You've got your show tomorrow night. Look forward to that, the recruiting show, and then we're going to have Fantasy World League and D's.BD's Texas at South Carolina, 8:30. What time is your show? 7:45. Is that right?
The plan is to kind of get it to roll right into that show, yeah.
Roll right into that. So we're looking forward to both of things tomorrow night. Have a good night, guys, and we'll kick it over to Yofi.